Good evening. Welcome into the Ken's 5 Digital Center. It is Wednesday night. Bill Taylor here on a fabulous night. Feels pretty good outside. Nice little breeze in the evenings has been helping. And tomorrow morning is going to feel spectacular. Winds might, I wouldn't say gust tonight, but might get breezy. We'll call it breezy, but by tomorrow morning, it's going to be a fabulous start to the day because we'll be behind the first of two cold fronts. And this one's going to be more or less a lower humidity front. The second one is going to get your attention as a cold front, a good fall cold front. We're also going to talk about Tropical Storm Karl, formerly known as Julia. Remember, Hurricane Julia made landfall in Nicaragua. The storm diminished into a tropical low. It lost all tropical characteristics. So once that happens with a tropical system, if it redevelops over water, it goes to the next name. It doesn't go back to the name it previously had. So it became Karl in the Bay of Campeche and is moving north. I would say moving, that's a long or a hard stretch. It's more or less drifting very, very slowly. But the story for us today, before we talk Karl, we're going to talk about, oh, not that. We're going to talk about the highs today. I hit the wrong button. I didn't hit the wrong button. Why is that on TVU? Oh, no. All right, I can do it this way. No, I still can't do it that way. All right, TV, we got a little issue here. You're going to have to reroute something, if you don't mind. We hit 94 today. Unbelievable. 96 at New Braunfels, 99 at Pearsall and Cotulla, 99 degrees. On October 12th, we're hitting almost 100 degrees out there. Buenos noches, Irma. How are you tonight? Zulema, good evening to you too. I hope it's a good one. Is it fixed? Nope. See, when I hit PM weather, I get the TVU, whatever that is routed into that. Instead of, I should be getting weather 55 or standbys. We're having a couple of technical difficulties. 93 Del Rio and Eagle Pass today. Very warm day. And keep this in mind, this is a heat wave because tomorrow we're probably going to be around 90. It might be a degree or two cooler than today, but not by much. And it's going to be drier, so it'll at least be more comfortable. Because today we did have a heat index. In fact, the heat index down to the south got up to 102 this afternoon, where they were hitting 99. Try now? No, not yet. And our heat index got to about 99 or so this afternoon. So yeah, it was a matter of really, the humidity difference of getting that dew point up to about 62 today. So you see, 60 is always the threshold on a dew point. And if you get it upwards of like, say, 55, numbers will still feel a degree or two cooler. But once you get over 60, now you're going to start feeling humidity, and it makes it a little bit of a difference on what it feels like. No rain on this first one, Cassie. I mean, maybe a sprinkle overnight early tomorrow. Good evening, Sylvia. Good evening, Braunfels. What's up, Shirley? Oh, I bet. Zulema, always hot in Laredo, right? I remember when Dan Rather, it was the... not 2000. What was the big election? Was it 2000? It may have been the 2000 election. It was the big one with Al Gore and George Bush, wasn't it? And he said, this race is hotter than a Laredo parking lot in July. 14 days away, Gabriella. 2 weeks from tonight, we're celebrating and we're singing to Gabriella. You got that right. I'm so glad. Sylvia, I am too. You know what? It's going to be well-deserved after the summer we had with the second most 100-degree days in a year, right? We're definitely going to be enjoying the cool down. Missed you too, Chris. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, Cassie, it's the second front that's going to be getting some of that rain in here, and we're going to be blessed with that. Hi, Vanessa. Jennifer, I'm doing great. Hope you're doing well. Great shower late this afternoon. Where was that, Shirley? Oh, nice. Little rain shower today. I bet it would, maybe New Braunfels, somewhere east. Try or no try? Yeah, see, Oh, all right. The digital ninjas are on it. We're going to see what happens. Felipe, good evening to you. Yeah, ready for the rain. I'll tell you what, we could get about an inch of rain out of this. You know, we'll even take a look at some of the totals that we're expecting in the 7-day forecast. In-laws are heading to Kentucky. That I don't know. We're ready? Yes, thank you, David. Thank you, TV. Teresa and David, our digital ninjas, got it fixed. So I wanted to show you the highs today. But first, the question. Luis, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on for Kentucky. I do know that the front that's coming through here tonight had some pretty strong storms in central Tennessee. And so flying in that direction will probably be affected. Anyway, highs today. Look at this. I mean, it's just mind-blowing to hit these numbers on October 12th, isn't it? 99, 95, 92, 96, 94. Just way too hot, way too hot. We should be stopping at 84. Let me show you did we hit a record? No, we did not. But we were pretty close, about a handful of degrees away. So 84 is the normal. 99 from 1991 stays alive one more year, but only 5 away from that. So what the atmosphere loves to do, this is why it won't be as hot tomorrow. The atmosphere compresses right before a frontal boundary comes in. And because of that, it heats up. That compression action, similar to a high-pressure motion of sinking air, that compression of air, that's the physics of the atmosphere. It's going to heat that column. And so the compression brings temperatures up today, but will cool by a few degrees tomorrow. So here's the rain along that front tonight, hardly existing at all, right? And you can see a few little showers maybe tomorrow afternoon down to the south and east, closer to the coast. So Victoria, Beeville, maybe George West. Could see a couple of showers tomorrow. The front, going to expect it to be slowing down as it moves south. Now, also moving south behind the front, some really nice dry air. Watch these dew points. Oh, yeah. We're going down to the 40s for tomorrow. That's going to feel really good. So I bring in the comfort index. How's it going to feel on Thursday? Very good. In fact, look at all of the spots that we'll hit in the ideal oval. We'll spend hot and dry in the afternoon, tonight hot and humid, but then there's going to, be several hours in the ideal. It's going to be early, but it's going to be there. Between 4 and 8 a.m., we're going to be in the ideal category. So you want to set your alarms between 4 and 8 a.m. It's going to be a fabulous morning. Now, this is going to be pretty short-lived. Look at how quickly the dew points rise. Okay, you can see them going right back up to the 60s, into the 70s on Sunday and Monday, hence the better chance of rain. As we get more moisture in the atmosphere, as we get more fuel in the tank, the second front comes in with a better change in air mass, and with this kind of humidity and moisture in the atmosphere, we're going to expect a lot more rain. Notice again, big change in air mass as you see the temperatures, the dew point temperature that is, drop that significantly. These are not air temperatures. Remember, these are dew point temperatures. A dew point temperature. What is a dew point temperature? Dew point temperature is a temperature at which we reach saturation. So in other words, let me pull up a current condition with a dew point right here. So as we look at the current conditions outside, 87 degrees, the dew point is 62. So if that 87 air temperature degree were to cool to 62, we would have 100% humidity. But instead, because that means the air is saturated, instead we have 43% humidity, so the atmosphere is holding 43% of the water it can hold. It can obviously hold still a lot more, so it's not too humid outside. But with 87 degrees, 43% is kind of humid. You know, it's relative to the temperature. That's why it's relative humidity. So the dew point's the more important number. And if you look in the lower to mid 60s to be the threshold of feeling humidity, then you know the 40s and 50s are when it's really feeling better, okay? It's just a better number to look at and use as your indicator as to what is happening. So with that increased humidity comes that increased chance of rain next week. I want to go into the rainfall forecast for next week because this will include next Monday. And look at this. Oh yeah, this is sweet. This is nice. I'm going to go ahead and we'll do that later. But I want to zoom in on this and show you what we got here. Flat. Do you guys like the flatter views? I actually did that one night where I said, what do you like better, flatter views or? Yeah, this is nice. Next 7 days is going to primarily be the Monday front. So we'll begin to rain chances as early as Sunday night, but the real rain day is going to be Monday when we get about 80% of what you're looking at, which is going to be about 1 inch to 1.25 inches in the San Antonio area. Hill country and west, it even increases into 2-inch to 2.5-inch categories. What that's beautiful for, that is hitting the bullseye on the aquifer. So we love that. We love that. Okay, so that's good news there. We're going to make sure to show that at 10 o'clock. All right, let's talk Karl, and then I'll show you the 7-day forecast. Karl has strengthened. You know, here's the thing about this tropical storm. Once in the Bay of Campeche, the water's a little more shallow when it was farther south. It spent most of today drifting north. It's still moving north-northeast at about 3 miles an hour. That's going to end soon. You can see the center of circulation, the big flare-up of thunderstorms is east and mainly southeast of that center. Well, as this storm center moved into deeper Gulf waters, warmer Gulf waters, it has got more fuel to strengthen. So winds are up to 60, pressure is holding at 1,000 millibars, which is, you know, it's not too strong. I mean, usually your stronger hurricanes, like we had Ian get down to like 930 millibars, just to give you kind of a scale on that. But this movement is not expected to last much longer. Let me show you what we've got on the models. The computer models are in pretty good agreement. The consensus is that this storm pretty much does a U-turn and heads due south in the next 24 hours. Now, there is one model that says, nope, we're going to New Orleans. I mean, you see it going up through the San. It's going to continue on this northeast track and move into the New Orleans area. That's not going to happen. National Hurricane Center agrees with the model consensus, and the forecast cone is moving south over the next 48 hours, making landfall in central Mexico, east of Mexico City. Probably be some pretty good rains. You know, it's not expected to do too much strengthening. As it goes in more shallow, cooler water, it shouldn't really intensify too much. Because the water at the coast, remember, when a storm is moving closer to land, here's what's happening at the ocean floor, right? So because we're getting more and more shallow, the storm is encountering more and more friction. So typically, because of friction, the storm won't strengthen. It'll, if anything, weaken. With that said, it has happened before that we've seen storms. Harvey is a good example of remaining at a Cat 4 at landfall with 130 miles an hour winds at Rockport. This is what typically happens with October storms, by the way, not what you're seeing. This is usually not the case, where a storm just kind of drifts into the Bay of Campeche and has a chance of moving north and affecting Texas. The majority of the storms that come out of the Caribbean take a hard right over Cuba and get swept up into the Gulf Stream and into the eastern Atlantic. What primarily is the cause of this are cold fronts that are now dropping in a lot more dry air to the northern Gulf Coast and starting to now, move all the way to the Gulf Coast and start steering these systems east, because these are good synoptic scale systems that sometimes get steered by influences around the continental U.S. So no worries on any Texas impact with Tropical Storm Karl, but certainly something to watch. 7-day forecast time from downtown. Heat wave continues through Sunday, because remember, a heat wave is 5 degrees above average for 5 days. So today was 94, tomorrow 91. You get the idea that we're staying at least 4 to 5 above through Sunday. Then the cool down. So with the front comes that 30% chance of rain late Sunday, 60% chance Monday, 30% chance on Tuesday morning. Models had most of the rain moving out by mid-morning Tuesday. Breezy at times, but showers are expected to be more of the overrunning variety on Monday, and typically an overrunning rain is not going to be any severe weather. Tammy, my daughter's older half-sister, trying to recover from Ian. She lives in Fort Myers. We've got family in Fort Myers, too. God bless them, Tammy. Hope they're okay. Paul says, hi there. It marks 3 years when my wife and I got married. Happy anniversary, Paul Rios. Marital bliss, indeed. Blessings on 3 more and many more than that, because that's only 6. Happy anniversary, Paul. I'm drinking to you tonight. It's coffee, by the way. I'm not drinking. You can't drink on the job. Come on, guys. Paul, I love love. Faith, hope, and love, the greatest of which is love. Happy anniversary, Paul. Hey, Dawn. Yes, look, they're there. There they are. That's what's waiting for us. Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday. The mornings are going to be in the 50s, cool mid-70s. Plenty of time for that soup you made. That I saw that recipe. Everybody go to Dawn Lucero's Facebook, and a phenomenal looking chicken tortilla, right? Or chicken enchilada soup. I think it was chicken tortilla. That looks so good. Oh, it's Mulch. No, it's not in Helotes, is it? Where? New Braunfels mulch fire. If some of you have been here long enough, you'll remember the Helotes mulch fire. Ray does. Who else is in the room? Danny. It really had its own Facebook. Y'all remember, huge pile of mulch. Here's the deal. Iron Horse Canyon, it's 7 neighborhoods of homes. It's enormous. And all of the trees that were cleared were mulched into this major pile on land. A private landowner said, you can put it right here. And they piled up all this mulch on his land. And then all of a sudden, it was December. I forget what year, but it was around Christmas.
Right, it was around Christmas, New Year's.
Christmas, New Year's week, right? I think that was it, yeah. And it combusted. Now, there's still rumors that there may have been some arson involved, but ultimately, I think they concluded that there was no arson, that it spontaneously combusted, and it caught fire. They go in, they start fighting this fire, but then the environmental protection and they came in and said, no, you can't do that. You can't fight this fire, because if you're putting this water on this mulch and putting this fire out, that's going to contaminate wells in the area. A lot of wells in the area for private residents. And so they shut down the firefighting and just had to let it burn. And it burned for days, weeks. It was a long burn because it was a lot of mulch. And it had to be a slow burn until it just kind of went out. And yeah, the whole area would smell. I remember bringing my kids to school, and when I'd come back, it was like I was at a barbecue. You'd really smell it all over you because it would go into the school. A lot of people had to live in hotels that were, out of the downdraft because of asthma and COPD. It was an incredible story. Yeah, the mulch fire. You remember that? Dawn remembers? 2006. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you. Yeah, that was, remember Tammy? It was incredible. People would stop and they were taking pictures. I mean, it was a tourist destination. It was insane. All right, Christine, great seeing. Oh, were you there, Christine? Yes, I didn't get to see you. Did I see you? I don't remember. What a great night. Oh, what a phenomenal night. We loved Into the Kids Who Are Fighting Cancer. Y'all, hope hits harder. It's why I wear this every day. Ever since T-Bone put it on my wrist, I haven't taken it off. Which might mean we're engaged. I'm not sure. I have to check into that. But in certain cultures, we may be engaged. Anyway, helping others persevere every day. Hope. Hope Hits Harder is a cancer foundation that comes alongside families when their children are diagnosed with cancer. It's a phenomenal mission of love. And if you know anyone who has a child battling cancer, go to Hope Hits Harder. Go to their Facebook, go to their website. They have many resources, including Camp Discovery. They fund the kids that go to summer camp every year, where the only price of admission is a cancer diagnosis. These kids do not pay a dime, and they zip line, they rock climb, they do arts and crafts. There's a medical infirmary on site, okay? So they are well taken care of. It's phenomenal. They get to be kids, and they deserve it. So Hope Hits Harder. T-Bone, God bless you, brother. You are a great man for what you do. Felipe's in with 2006. I did, Christine. That's right. Okay, thank you. Good to see you, Tammy. Yeah, hazy skies for days. For days. It was crazy. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up. Cooler temps next week. Below at from way above to way below. We just cannot hit that average for mid to late October. Don't forget, we changed the clocks the weekend of November 6th. So just if you want to circle the date, save the date. And I know the time change gets controversial, but I like this time change. We gain an hour. Yeah, we love it. All right, guys, God bless you. I love you. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you at 10.